Good afternoon, everyone. It's Jose from LTEL Cockerell with Colin from Talk and Ball. Good
What
afternoon,
is up, everybody?
How are you, Colin?
I'm doing well. Doing really well. Got some errands ran this morning already. It's been a good day. It's going to be a great day. Day off, can't beat that. So yeah. But how about you, buddy? You don't have the day off. You've been working all day. I apologize for rubbing it in. Not trying to brag.
Yeah, been very, very busy, but and I knew it would be. So it's just a period of time where I am going to be ultra busy. So without further ado, got a great show lined up today. I've got couple of guests sitting in the back at the moment. But what I wanted to say before I introduce them, I want to tell a little bit of a story. And my story started over a year ago, basically watching all these channels on YouTube, and commenting in people's shows. And from doing that, I then met these two lovely people that are my guests today. And we sort of like came together in the summer. I started my channel along with one other that's in the back. We started our channels back in the summer, and for no rhyme or reason, for one thing or another, our channels have slowed down because we had other things to deal with in real life. And another person that's in the back sort of like came in and joined us in our infancy when me and this other chap started our channels, and this person would get involved and come on, and in the early days we'd go onto each other's channels and we spend 3 to 4 hours passing the time of day just talking football and life and absolutely everything, and had a real whale of a time. So now what I've done is, for today's show, I've brought these two people back together, so the three of us are here with Colin on the screen. The three of us will be together. So without further ado, I bring to you another content creator who started at the same time as me, Mr. Chris from Meta Football TV. How are you, Chris?
I almost cried there, but thank you for bringing me in. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Jose.
You doing well? You having a good day?
Not bad. A bit busy, but yeah, got it all sorted. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Busy's good. Keeps you off the streets.
He keeps me off the streets. I'm a delinquent by day and by night, so in the afternoon I'm all right. Yeah.
Perfect.
And then the person who used to hang out with us in the summer, and we used to go on for hours and hours and hours on my channel or Chris's channel, and it's a person who's a pillar of the community. It's Queen Bentancur Højbjerg Benched. It's Ellie. How are you, Ellie? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Professional mistake. I was wiping my tears away. Much love to you all. Much love to you. Yeah, we did have a good old chinwag, didn't we? You should have called it LTEL Chinwags and Meta Football Chinwags merge. Yeah, what a great time we had. You know, we spoke for ages, but it was all purposeful and knowledgeable and to the point. You know, and we had a few people join us, and as Chris grew, you started your own channel as well. So I mean, you started your channel anyway, but it's all good, wasn't it, Jose and Chris?
Yeah, I had fun with both. I had fun with both of you back in the summer when we first started out, and it's all roads have led to where we are today, and we're still good buddies and that. So you know, it's all good. And then I ran into Colin.
Yeah.
I ran into Colin in about October time, I think it was. And then, it's all taken off for me since October with Colin.
Oh,
Yeah. Glad to be part of the team. I'm just glad to be a part of it. It's nice to be a part of you guys' little family he put together.
Yeah.
So
let's just say hello to the people in the chat before I start with the chat today. You got Totspur says, "Hi Jose and all, great result against Villa. Come on, you Spurs." I know why Totspurs is here. He's nice and early today, isn't he? Eh? Yeah. Adrian Shoker says, "Good afternoon, all."
Right, Adrian.
We've got Ryan G saying, "Big up Jose and Colin." Big up Chris as well, and then he's got
Ryan.
and then he's got a big up early further down as I brought you both in.
Yeah.
Who else you got? We've got Sanchez, Bethnal Green, afternoon people, Jose and Cole.
Sanchez, what's up?
House, what up, chaps?
Audio.
Donna's in the
Donna.
What's up, Donna?
And then Totspurs is saying, he's back in, saying big up Cole, Chris and Ellie.
Yeah.
Good afternoon from Chris Peters.
Yes.
Peters.
Go on, Chris.
Afternoon from Ben Cuffman. Says afternoon panel and everyone in the chat.
Yes.
And then you've got Niall Kane. He's in chat. He says big up guys, great show. Like, subscribe and share.
Montrose.
Spurs GCTV, afternoon Jose and all. And up until that, I've caught up with the chat. So the first thing I want to talk about, Ellie,
yes,
and I'm going to start with you because it's the most recent Tottenham news we got. What is the most recent Tottenham news we got, Ellie?
It's Spurs ladies making history and
There we
reaching
go.
the semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup. Come on, you Spurs ladies. My former team.
Get in.
I want to big up her game too as well, because they've been working hard to promote the women's game to what it is now and, you know, get rid of abuse and discrimination. But the Spurs ladies, what a triumph. They lost 3 times on the trot to Man City in the Conti Cup and 2 times in the league, conceding 10 goals, scoring 0. But they managed to get a last-minute equaliser. Well, it was in 90+6 when Beth England scored a goal. Beautiful goal as well, well worked. And we made it. And the penalty shootout was fabulous as well. So exciting. I couldn't actually go to the match because I'm looking after my Angela. As you know, I can't leave her in the hands of my husband. No way. No way, Jose. Right? And what a great way to beat Manchester City, who's an up-and-coming team. And we avoided Chelsea and Manchester United as well to give ourselves the best possible chance against Leicester City. I was listening to the draw and I posted to everybody me listening to the draw. I hope you found it all funny.
I found it funny. Do you know why I found it funny, Ellie? Do you know why I found it funny? It's because you said something along the lines of, and I think you got mistaken. You said something along the lines of, "Yeah, I want us to be drawn away first leg."
I know.
There's only one leg.
You know what I thought? Because the Conte Cup is two legs.
Yeah, but the FA Cup's always been one, isn't it?
It's always been one. But I thought maybe they changed it this year because they said the home team will be drawn first, right? So I thought, maybe they're doing it over 2 legs. Yeah, but I'm so happy because we're at home against Leicester City, who we've had some fantastic results. And we've got Beth England back, who scored for fun last season. So, yeah, it's all good where the girls are involved, I'm telling you.
So do we have the date?
Those men how to do it.
I think the dates, they've not announced it because it's obviously going to be on TV as well. But they've announced that the semi-finals take place on the 13th and 14th of April.
Yes.
Yet we don't know who's playing first and who's playing second yet at the moment. But that means that the home tie, it's not like the FA Cup for the men's. That means that the home tie, does it go to a neutral ground or is it going to be at Tottenham?
Well, I'm hoping it's at Tottenham because I don't know. I have to look into it because they've just announced it on the Spurs website, but they haven't put anything down yet, what ground it's going to be played at. But I'm hoping it's at White Hart Lane. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I didn't know how the ladies worked out. I didn't know whether it was a neutral venue for the semi-finals, whether it was Wembley that was used for the semis, but like the men's, or whether you can play your home ground in the semi-final. I mean, if it's your home ground, then that should give us advantage, and we should be playing that at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it should be played at the top. But if it is a neutral ground, it'll probably be somewhere like Villa Park or Old Trafford, I would imagine. But I'll look into that because they haven't announced anything yet on the Spurs website. So I'm looking for information. I might even phone the club up because they'll know.
How many penalties were missed, Ellie? Because I didn't see this. I'm only going by what I saw in the groups. People writing things in the groups.
Yeah, Man City missed 2. Well, they didn't. Our goalie saved them. Yeah, so it was 4-3 in the end because we missed one as well. We missed one as well, so we won 4-3. And the goal scorer, I'm so happy for her, Amy Turner, because she was injured for a lot of the time last season, and she came back mid-season, and she really did impress. And she held her cool. I was so happy for her because she's a fantastic player and a defender, but she's a fantastic footballer as well. Because usually the defenders in the ladies' game, they're not so technical, but she is. So I'm so happy for her, especially, you know, and she's been at our club for a long, long time. So come on, you Spurs ladies. Well done. I'm so proud of them.
I thought we'd start with that because that is the most recent news. I see a comment that Danny's put in saying, well, the most recent news is the most recent news is Spurs still have not to find out about the extent of the VDV injury. They'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So therefore, Dan, the most recent news for Tottenham, like I said, is Tottenham ladies winning yesterday into the semi-finals.
I know.
And that's a big thing for Tottenham, for ladies, and for Leicester ladies, because it's both their first time in the semis.
It's historic for both clubs, right? Obviously, when I was playing, there wasn't any big competitions, so it wasn't really. There was like the odd competition here and there, but it wasn't really organised. I wish I was 25 years younger. Well, say 35 years younger. I'm making myself too young now. I was trying to give myself some age, right? Yeah. So I'll tell you what, though, the women's game has come a long way, and there was 60,000 crowd at the Emirates to watch Arsenal Spurs. It was fabulous, you know. And last season was 47,000, and we've played them at White Hart Lane as well. We've got over 30,000. So, yeah, it's coming up. We need the money to come into the sport so that they can invest it into the grassroots as well and bring on those future stars. Yes, I'm so happy. I'm very happy.
In the chat, you've got Ben saying, speaking of the ladies, Ash Noble was a credit to the team, works her socks off, even lifting the water bottles for the team.
I know, she's such a fabulous player. Because I heard one supporter in the chat criticising her, but the thing is, with her, she's getting older, right? But in the ladies' game, they do last longer. Even like now, it's more physical. But I love her because she's all blood and thunder, and she's a very technical player as well. But she's played there. I think she should be an attacking midfielder personally, but she's been playing at right back, which doesn't really suit her. So you don't see the best of her, but what she does give the team is hard work, and she's very tenacious, and she gets stuck in. I love her.
Right, Ryan G saying that he thinks that one of the ladies' finals is being played at Molineux.
That's it. So the news has come out now, because when I was checking most of the day. Then I went on Kate's stream, and then I was advertising all the shows, so I didn't have time. But later on, I'll put it up on all the social medias and WhatsApp as well.
So Chris, you just posted. Are you saying that both the semi-finals are now being played the same day?
Yeah, that's what I've seen on at least BBC Sport. I'm just checking it. Manchester United women. What's that?
So they've changed it because I
thought one was the 13th and one was the 14th.
No, at least that's what I've just seen here on BBC Sport. Man United women versus Chelsea women at 2, and Spurs women against Leicester at 2 as well on the Sunday the 14th.
Did they mention the stadiums? Because
no, they haven't. No,
I just said Molineux.
But it does say all times are UK and subject to change. BBC is not responsible for any change, but that they've got both semi-finals at 2 o'clock on the 14th. So if that's anything to go by, that they will both be played at 2 o'clock on Sunday the 14th. Now it remains to be seen, but they haven't put any stadium information. No.
I'm hoping that Chelsea get through to the final rather than Man United, because Man United, we've got a loanee Gracie Clinton, who's absolutely storming it. And she made the England national team as well.
She's 19 or 20. She's young, isn't she? 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, she's very young, but she's such a technical player, so important to the way we play, right? And she's been scoring for fun as well and assisting for fun. She's a fabulous player, but she might be banned from playing against her holding club, Man United.
If they get to the final, yeah.
Yeah, and it would be such a scalp if we beat Chelsea as well. Flipping hell. Because they've won 3 on the trot. Yeah. This would be their 4th one. If they win this one, it'll be their 4th on the trot. So that's the standard we've got to reach, lads. You know? But we're striving to get there, and we're getting better and better each year.
We got an afternoon from Steve D. Good afternoon, Steve. Nice to have you here, sir. Destiny 5's here. Good afternoon, Destiny 5. He says, did anyone see Son helping clear up the rubbish at the end of the Villa match?
Whoa.
No, but that is very Korean. That is awesome.
What does that mean? Does that mean he went and helped all the players off the pitch?
all the Villa players.
I like it. Maybe that was the joke the entire time, and it just flew right over my head.
No, I didn't see that, Destiny Spurs, but like Colin said, it's something that Sonny would obviously do, type thing. And Ben's saying that it's the only weekend that he can't bloody do is that weekend. And we've got Talk and Ball bigging up all the lovelies in the chat. And Ryan G saying the Koreans, Japanese always do stuff like this, to be fair.
Yeah, but we can't take away from it just because they always do it. It's still awesome.
I know. They're one of the cleanest countries is Japan, because my son-in-law, not my son-in-law, my niece-in-law, nephew-in-law, sorry, I'll get it right in the end. The in-law
was named 3 times.
Do you know what I mean? My nephew-in-law, he's married to a Japanese girl, and they went all over for the wedding. We couldn't go because I was looking after my mum, but it was fabulous, and it's so clean, it's bloody spotless in Japan. I don't know if any of you guys have gone, but it's amazing. The pictures that they were sending back were awesome.
I would love to go. I've never been, but would love to visit someday. I've heard only good things.
So that was the latest news. The latest news is, and it is the very latest, is about the women. It's not the men played the day before the women. So the latest news is about the women. Yeah, Van der Ven, we can't really talk about him because we won't know what happens to him. Nothing's come out yet. I thought the earliest would have been today, but nothing's come out yet, so we can't really talk about VDV. But what I will say is, going on from the shows that have happened since Saturday, and has anyone got any further thoughts to wrap up the Villa game, and then we won't talk about it again on these 2 channels for the rest of the week?
I've got a stat. That's really cool. Right, sorry, just regarding the women, Sky has also put on the 14th of April at 2 o'clock. So for both games. So that's 2 sources that have got the same. Regarding the Villa Spurs.
Sorry, it'd be interesting who shows the game then, because if they're both on at the same time, FA Cup games have been shown. Where have they been shown? Have they been shown on the BBC? Where was the Tottenham game on?
BBC normally and Sky cover it.
Do they both cover it?
I don't know whether Sky have got the rights for the FA Cup. I think it's BBC who've got it.
Where was the Tottenham game on the other day, Ellie? Was it on BBC?
On BBC, yeah.
Okay, so it's got to be the BBC that's got the rights to it. So they may do it on 2 separate channels.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
So you asked if we had anything to say about the Villa game before.
No. Chris was going to tell us a stat, and then you jump in, Cole.
Boom.
A stat for Spurs away at Villa, the last 15 games, right? This is amazing. We've won 11, drawn 2 and lost 2 at Villa Park. The last 15. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I don't know whether you've covered that or not in a separate, but that is just an amazing stat regarding taking into consideration where we've been, where we've come from, with the last managers we've had, the way we've played football. And the way the club has, gone into decline or whatever from the Poch days, etc., etc. Conte, Mourinho, Nuno, whatever has happened. But that stat is amazing. 11 out of 15 won with only 2 draws and 2 losses. Good, brilliant stuff. So I just wanted to throw that in because I did my homework. Unlike someone, hey, don't want to mention anyone, but unlike someone, I did my homework.
Right.
So
Wait,
I
do?
think we were mentioning before the Villa game that Tottenham have won 9 out of the last 10 up there. Something along the lines. I think we were saying that last week.
It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of the last 11.
Yeah, if you include, we were saying 9 out of 10 before the game, so it would be 10 out of 11.
So if you want to go a bit further, it's 10 out of. I mean, it's just stupid stats. I mean, it's really cool. So yeah, brilliant.
Carlin, what are you saying, Carlin?
Oh, I just wanted to say shout out to McGinn for being as dumb as he looks with that red card. He was even quoted as saying before the match about how important this game, how important this game was going to be for each of the team's seasons. Isn't he's their captain? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
he's their captain, right?
Yeah.
What a fool. What a fool. So I just wanted to shout him out for being an idiot. I loved it. What happened? He just rushed of blood to the head, I guess, but he just lost it there. But good on him. Thank you again, John McGinn, for proving once and for all that you are pretty dense. He's a good player. I hate that he is, but I'm really glad that he and now we get to help Ryan, and he's out for the Wolves match. So yeah. Ryan, Ryan G in the chat will be happy about that. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say was just I don't like that guy, so I'm very glad that he got his red card.
Ryan, I don't know you'll be able to tell us, Ryan, but I know that you've got Villa up next on Saturday. I think it's Saturday. No, it's not. No, you haven't got Villa next. You're in the quarterfinals of the Cup on Saturday against Coventry. So, but I think your next league game was against Aston Villa, Ryan. Because if it is, it'll be interesting if you get your players back for that game. Wolves are no pushovers at home, are they? So that could be a tricky game. Although saying that, I remember last week, Colin, I did a show. We did a show on I can't remember if it was Talking Ball or LTEL, and I brought up the remaining fixtures before we played the Villa. Remember last week?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I asked the question of everyone who's got the harder running out of both teams. Mind you, it might still be on a banner here from last week. Let me see if I can find it, and if I can, I'll bring it up.
I've got it here. Wolves going Coventry in the FA Cup. Then they've got Bournemouth, which is postponed. Then they've got Villa on the 30th of March. So their next one, Jose's right. It would have been Bournemouth, but it's now Villa away.
Wolves away.
Yeah. Talking about Wolves. Talking about Ryan's Wolves. Coventry at home on the 16th. But that would have been Bournemouth in the league.
Yeah.
That's been postponed because of the FA Cup. Then they got Villa away on the 30th.
Oh, so they're playing at Villa Park?
Yeah, Villa Wolves. Yeah, on the 30th.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around. But anyway, regardless of that, I think Wolves are playing well. Wolves could go up there and do a turn for us anyway. But really, it's not about doing us a turn. It's about what we do at the end of the day. And I said that's all along. Can't worry about what others do. You need to just worry about yourself. Get your own house in order. And if you get your own house in order, then hopefully you go in the right direction. Let me just catch up with a few more comments. Let's go back to here. We've got the FA Cup. Bren's saying the FA Cup's on TNT, isn't it? Or is that for the FA Cup for next season? The women haven't played the FA Cup on TNT. It's been on BBC, I think, or Sky. It's not been on TNT.
I can't remember. I think it's the BBC. Yeah, because the BBC were the first ones to announce it.
And Ben saying Sunday's going to prove the golfing class between Porro and Emerson. When Porro's in the team with Destiny, we become a serious football side. Emerson has to go in the summer, even before PEH. That Moda tackle on a Forest player was even worse than McGinn's tackle, and Dean gets sent off. Did you see the tackle, people? Moda on the Forest player. He came diving in, and it was reckless, out of control. It was high, and he's caught him just above the ankles,
I
two-footed.
found
Everything,
I'm gonna watch it.
everything that you tick for a red card, he did, and he didn't get it at all. And then when VAR looked at it, they said no, the yellow was sufficient.
Yeah.
It was a
They
horrible
never
tackle.
want to change that. I don't know why.
It was a horrible tackle. Horrible tackle.
Yeah.
Daniel Lee's also saying Villa Park is the property of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Why always
Right,
us?
Daniel.
Says Nuno Espirito Santo after the. Yeah, Nuno was pretty mad about the foul. It looks like.
James, the Tottenham fan, comes in with 4-0 was a nice early birthday present. Happy
Woo!
birthday, James, whenever
Happy
your birthday is,
birthday.
mate. Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday.
you, mate, from all of us.
Happy birthday, brother.
Villa have West Ham this weekend. Are they must be away to West Ham. West Ham must be at home to them. So they must be away at West Ham this weekend. And Ryan said that Cunha should be back after the international break. And we've got good afternoon, Paul G. How are you, Paul G? He says, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What a horrible club Villa are. And DC, all the way from Leicester, says, I don't listen to all this crap about he's not that type of player, because he obviously is, because he committed an assault on a doggy. A tackle in football is an attempt to play the ball.
Yeah.
Ryan G saying that our record at Villa Park has been good in recent years. We've got Mr. M saying, evening, Mr. M. How are you, sir? Hope you're well.
Long time no see, buddy.
And Ryan G is coming back at Daniel with a comment saying, does that mean the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is currently owned by the Wolves player, João Gomez?
It's poor taste. It's poor taste, Ryan.
And then he says he's only joking.
Me too. Me too. You know I love you, Ryan.
So,
Yeah.
so with that, what's next then, Ellie, for Tottenham? What are we doing now? What are we doing now for the rest of this week? What do you think we're doing?
What just for this week? You mean?
Yeah.
We'll be preparing for our next match, won't we? Which is Fulham away, and hopefully we can go there and pay them back for knocking us out of the League Cup as well, because we owe them one, don't we? We beat them at White Hart Lane very narrowly in the end, although we dominated the play. They were coming at us in the last 10-15 minutes, so we've got to be wary of Fulham, because they are a decent outfit and they've got some really good players as well. So, but we have, and we've cranked it up in I think we've won 3 out of our last 4 games, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking at that now. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
Right,
and
we lost at Fulham 2-1 in August 2023.
yeah,
Then we lost, but then we won 1-0. Then we won again 1-0. So the last we've lost 1 and we won 2.
yeah, we lost in the League Cup, but we've beaten them in the league twice. So yeah, we've got a pretty good record at Fulham, and generally against Fulham, you know, they're not a top side. They're a good club, but they're not a top side. They've never really reached the echelons of the top 6, have they? So we should be beating them, just put it that way. And the way we played against Villa, I was very impressed with the way we controlled the game, especially when we took the lead and then we scored the second. We went for the third and then we just passed it around, and game management was very good. And it was just an all-round brilliant performance. And it's usually a thriller at the Villa, but this was just a killer. We killed them.
It was a killer at the Villa.
Yeah, because remember when we drew 4-4 at White Hart Lane when Robbie Keane scored that fantastic goal? So we really have really competitive matches against the Villa. Fulham are a different kettle of fish in a different way, because they're not a physical team. They'll come at us. I don't think they play low block. They play more mid block. Yeah, so we will have our chances to score. So I'm just hoping for the 3 points, because we've got to keep up there and watch out for the teams coming from behind as well, you know, because they'll be cranking it up as well. So we've got to be on our game.
I agree. I was just looking at that stat again, and I magnified the stat. Out of the last 5, we won 4. That's over the last. That went back to 2021. So we've got 4 wins out of 5 in the Prem. So
Yeah.
that's a
And
good
you know,
that's a good stat.
there's another stat that I'd like to bring up as we're talking about stats today.
Sure.
Right? There's I was looking at how many points we had this time last season, right? And at the end of the season, we had 60 points. We've already accumulated 53 with 11 games left. So we're way ahead of what Conte achieved and what after he left and then we fell off the wagon. All right. So we're Ange Ball does work, all right? Even if people think it's not always clicking, it is working in terms of points accumulation. So I think we're on target to get over 80 points. I think if we play to our full potential like we did at the beginning of the season when we won 8 and drew 2, if we repeat that in 10 games and then get another victory, we could even push for the title. You know that, boys. It all depends on the other teams, right? But give or take, they start bottling it again and they get squeaky bum time, we can sneak in. I'm not saying it's going to happen because we have to be probably maximum points for that to happen. But the other teams, we're relying on 3 teams to fall away, which is a big ask. But if it happens, bloody hell, there'll be a massive party down
Can
at
I
White
just, as someone that hasn't been able to watch all of the matches because of personal reasons, the fact that other teams have been, well, of late anyway, playing that low block, of what I've seen anyway, has that been a common occurrence before the last 3 or 4 games, so to speak? Have people found out Ange and have they been starting to implement the low block? Or is it just a coincidence that the teams we've played have been low block teams? Or is it something that they've kind of like found Ange out of? Anyway, I mean, I don't get your answers.
No,
but is
that's
that
a good point to make, Chris.
I think it's a little bit both. I feel like Postecoglou's style of play, his tactics were so well known before he came that, you know what I mean? I don't feel like it would take an especially astute manager to see what you would need to do to nullify that. And obviously sitting back is the easiest way to do so. But I think these managers knew his tactics before he came into the league. So I don't think it's him getting found out so much, because I don't think there was anything to find out. He kind of puts it all out there. So I just think that with any team, you know, that they found out about the goalkeeper thing and how you could pressure Vicario, and then that would, you know, that was an exploitable thing. And you know, managers will see things like that and adapt. They are trying to stick men behind the ball. I feel like to cut off our supply, keep us from getting in behind. But that's what any good manager would do. I just don't feel like he's been found out, because what is there to find out? He's been doing it for ever and ever and ever. So.
Yeah, but obviously at the beginning of the season we were flying. No one could touch us, so to speak. And then suddenly everyone's like, Ange has to change. Ange is not doing it right. Ange has to change. He has to modify this, modify that. Then we go to Villa and suddenly we're the dog bollocks again and no one can touch us. And hang on a minute, it's just one game, right? And you know what I mean? It's all, are we going to go flying high again? Or is it just one match? Are we going to lose at Fulham? Is everybody going to be at Ange again? Or is the tactics wrong? Or do you know what I mean? It's just one match. I mean,
the fact that we have all of our players back, I think having the full squad back is huge.
Yeah,
you know
of
what I mean?
Of course. But
that's been the main thing.
So it's a bit of everything.
Also, Chris, right?
So
like someone like Aston Villa, right, who are considered an attacking side, they played 5 at the back, right? Because the thing is, right, with Ange Postecoglou's style, right, they know we're going to come at them, all right, but it hasn't always clicked. So sometimes it looks like, you know, we can't get through that low block because we're not using the ball as Ange wants us to, like zipping it about really quickly. We're too slow coming out the blocks. So the other teams, where they do a low block, they're shooting themselves in the foot as well, when you think about it, because if you're defending, you're not doing to your strengths. So I think Ange has sussed them out as well, because against Villa, he got it right, because he tired them out, because he knew they had a midweek game. and early season as well, where Brentford played a very, very good low block against us.
Yes,
Right,
very good. That was
yeah,
2-2, I think it was. Was it 2-2? 2-2?
2-2, yeah. So we were
Yep.
struggling in that match. But then after that, a lot of managers were still playing the low block, but we were playing so good, moving the ball, zipping it about. I don't know if you remember the Luton game. That was probably 15, 20 minutes of that game. We could have scored 5 or 6 goals easily.
I
All
didn't
right,
watch
we
it.
were peppering it about, but it has to click for us to get those results like Villa.
Yeah.
All right, we only beat Luton 1-0 when Basuna got knocked up, but we could have won that match quite comfortably before they came at us, because they thought Luton, they came out at us towards the middle of the second half. Sorry, they came out at us because they thought, oh, we could get something here. See, I think fortune favours the brave. I really do.
Sure. Yeah, good. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah.
All right.
Just before I carry on, you got Ben saying Fulham away is a tricky ground in the winter, freezing cold, so you've got to keep warm.
I know.
Destiny 5 is saying I think we'll win 3-0 at Fulham, but we won't win the West Ham game. Ryan G says Fulham are a good side. We were a bit fortunate at the weekend. I can't lie. Chris Peters is saying, yeah, that 4-4 was in our 125th year of being founded. I was there and still have the flag. Well done, Chris.
Yeah.
Well done, Chris. Paul G says, I remember at Villa, the Kane kickoff off the wall, dying moments of the game.
Save Pochettino's career, he said.
And DC saying Leicester ladies are not being taken lightly because since they signed 4 new players, they are a different side. Spurs need to up their scoring stats if they are to reach the final. Ryan G, the good old Ryan says, let's all pray for Porto's result tonight as well against Arsenal.
Yeah, come on, Paul.
Big up, Ryan.
Come on.
Jishnu says, good afternoon. Jishnu says, even if Ange didn't win trophies, I will still love him because of his offensive tactics.
Yeah.
But then says, every match is exciting as winning trophies. Daniel Lee says, what's Daniel Lee saying? My biggest criticism of Ange was I was not understanding his subs at times, but last game against Palace, his subs changed the game. I'm seeing more adaptability to in-game situations.
Fair enough.
Just to remind people to hit the like button if you can, if you're enjoying the show. No, you're not forced to, but if you are, just hit the like button.
I agree with that.
And DC from Leicester says, it's been Spurs' home form that has been our biggest problem. We have lost 4 home games and not yet played Man City or Arsenal at home yet. We have only lost 2 away games.
Yeah. See, we've lost double the amount at home. And do you know what? We could have easily won those matches that we lost at home. Easily. Like West Ham, we dominated so much. And then they got 2 lucky breaks and scored both of them. They just done a low block on us and just...
Yeah, but as you know, Ellie, domination isn't implementation. Because you can dominate the ball all day long and do nothing with it. And then...
Yeah. But we did do things against West Ham, but we didn't put it in the back of the net. You know,
that is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can dominate, but you have to implement what you. So if you don't put it in the back of the net, you can have the ball all day long.
It counts for nothing if the other team outscore you.
There you go.
You can say, we played fabulous. We did this, that, and the other, and then bloody lose the game.
Yes, exactly.
It's annoying when that happens, though. You know, if you play badly and you lose,
I know.
You can take that with a pill. You can go to bed with a headache. But when you've played fabulous and you've lost the game, it's double annoying.
It is. But that's football.
I know. And Chris, do you know what? We've played some nice football, but we've played some awful football this season as well. We've been awful in some games, especially the first halves. We've been really, really slow at moving the ball. And I could see Ange at the side getting very frustrated. But he's not been yelling. Like, I saw him at Celtic. He was very vocal. With us, he seems to be quite cool, calm and collected. Maybe it's the Premiership, he wants to be more dignified. I don't know.
That could be due to various things as well. Because I mean, he could be like well, because so and so is not going to be here next season. I'm not going to shout at you. I can't be asked. Then I'll shout at whoever's going to be here. Like really, or he gives a good bollocking at half time. You know, you know that could be deceiving as well. You know, so
I'd love to be a fly on the wall at half time with Ange Postecoglou.
That would be brilliant.
He does turn.
That'd be amazing.
Invariably he turns it around for the team in the terms of the performance in the second half compared to the first halves this season.
Yeah,
I'd say about 75% we've been better in the second half.
Yeah, because in the first half, a lot of it comes down to analysing the other team.
Yeah.
And the weaknesses of the other team. So then you can, if your players are not pinpointing the problems, and they're just going through the motions of, or if it doesn't go through the middle, ping it out through the wide, through the flanks, or vice versa, or they're just going through the motions of whatever they've been told. The manager gets paid to do the analysing, and you know what I mean. And he's the one that at half time has said, right, we're doing this, but we have to do this a bit more, or keep on battering the centre half, because he's going to come out and he's going to clatter someone. We're going to have a free kick and we're going to put it in the back. So, you know, this kind of thing. He's the one that gets paid to analyse, and he's the one that has to implement and find the weaknesses in the rival, in the opposition. And that's probably why second halves are probably better, you know, in the majority of the cases than the first halves, which is what you were saying, that the first halves are slow. They're more dubious. They're more iffy. The second halves are better because, you know, they implement what they should have been doing in the first half. So that's probably why.
Yeah.
I'll come back to that, Con. I'll come back to what you just said there, Chris, because it's interesting. You've jogged my memory on something. So it's really interesting. But let me say, I've got Alexander Hilton's here. Steak. Good afternoon.
Steak.
Bobby K is here. Good afternoon,
Bobby.
everyone.
Ooh, Bobby K. Go do one, Bobby K. I'm
James
just kidding. I'm just practicing.
James the Tottenham fan says, I'm here on my birthday just to prove how much I love football and Tottenham. We did say happy birthday to you already, James, earlier.
Birthday, James.
And a lot of people in the chat are also saying happy birthday to you as well.
Should we sing?
No,
I'm not singing. No, I'm not singing.
Don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that.
You've got.
Right.
You've got David Clark saying, I'd rather play against Real Madrid than West Ham because it doesn't matter how poor West Ham are. Their hatred of us will always keep them in games against us. You then have. Alex Hill, if you want to pick on anyone, tell me. Anne said at the start, the players believed in him or not in themselves. So yelling at the players would just demoralise the team. David Clark, we're playing. Yeah, you're quite right, David. We're playing the home game. After the international break, we're at home on Saturday the 30th, and we're away on Tuesday the 2nd. So we've got a game that week. We've got 3 games in 7 days in that week. Ronnie's just come in. Good afternoon, Ronnie. It's currently expected that
Paulo Keith
will miss the Fulham match this weekend, along with the international break. Could be back available afterwards. I will say, I did notice that Holland is only friendly matches, so therefore there's no reason for Van der Ven to be called up for Holland. So he could have these 3 weeks and be back after the international break, all being well.
What tier is Paul O'Keefe? Is it when it comes to? I guess he a believable source.
He's number 1. Yeah. Jason Bell says good afternoon all, and Ronnie said good afternoon all, which we have. Right, going back to what Chris said. Right, and Chris, you were talking about first halves and second halves.
Yep.
So, I saw, although we pressed a lot more in the game against Villa, I saw us play the same way, apart from we pressed more. Right, the Villa game, there's no doubt we pressed more than the Palace game, but I saw what we were doing in the Villa game with our press and how we were trying to move the ball and stuff like that, and what we were trying to do. And I saw that in the first half against Palace, albeit we didn't press as much as we did against Villa in the first half. And in the second half, we came out and trumped both teams. So, are we saying that we need to, if we score goals in the first half playing that way, then the game could be out of sight by half time? But at the moment, it looks like we're drawing out teams, if that makes any sense, because the teams in the second half, they're knackered where we become stronger.
Yeah,
that's been the way with Tottenham for
Yes.
Well, I mean, it wasn't some, but I mean, like, yeah, we've had managers that like really focus on fitness and keeping us fit so that we could be in the fight longer, you know, and at our best longer, both mentally and physically. So yeah,
I will have to look up the stats on past games, right? But I think the other day in the watch along, I gave a stat that was 71% possession in the first half, 0 goals, 69% in the second half, 4 goals. So and I said that we need to be more clinical. We needed to put the ball in the back of the net or finish the
actions.
finish the actions, right? So if you've got less possession but you score 4 goals, that means that you're doing the work properly, right? With less, I mean, it's slightly less, it's 2%, it's not exactly 15% or 20, but you've got less possession of the ball and you're playing against 10 with McGinn being stupid, but you're playing against 10, you've got less of the ball and you put 4 balls in the back of the net. Okay, they played midweek or to the end of the week, yes, but you're still playing against 10. Yes, you've knackered them out. Yes, you've been pinging the ball along, but you're still playing with less possession and you're more clinical. So that means that you've done more with less.
Yeah.
You know, also, guys.
So that is savvy.
Also, guys, I'd like to add,
Savvy?
right? You get your better players on the ball, right? Things happen, right? So we in that second period, I noticed we were getting James Maddison on the ball more, Sonny on the ball more, Kulu was on the ball. Although people get frustrated with Kulu, he's a fantastic ball carrier. And he
makes things happen, Ellie. Yeah.
Yeah, he makes things happen. It shows in his stats, right? On the eye, not so clever, but with the stats, yeah. So you get your better players who can create those openings. It makes a big difference rather than passing to the lesser players. But then other players in our team have stepped up, like Sarr. He's been a revelation this season.
Yeah.
And what a fabulous cross he did. That was
Brilliant.
world class, that cross. You couldn't have he put it on a nutshell. He couldn't miss, right? So
and the finish was brilliant as well.
Fabulous as well. That wasn't
the cross,
easy to take, was it?
No, but the cross is 50% better or whatever percentage you want because the finish was brilliant. Because that cross means nothing if the finish doesn't. You know what I mean? But
I know
the cross is brilliant in and of itself. The cross is brilliant.
Yeah.
But the finish and the way that the finish was made between 2 defenders or one strong I don't know how to say it in English, but anyway, with one defender on the finisher, putting that pressure on him, and he finished anyway, makes the cross a hell of a lot better and the finish perfect. So the whole gameplay was excellent. So
I love
brilliant
it.
goal.
I love it.
Brilliant goal.
Like James
And
Maddison,
even if Chelsea scored that goal, it would have been a great goal. It doesn't matter who scored that goal.
Had
Madison
tried to take that with his right foot,
football wise, it's a great goal.
Oh
James
my God,
Maddison,
it's beautiful.
James Maddison, right? The desire to get there, first of all, he read what Sarr was going to do, and he goes, I'm going to bust my gut to get in front of that defender and to take the ball, and it's coming full pelt at him. The desire to do that's
just
incredible.
sticks out a foot though. Just sticks out that left foot instead of swinging at it. He's right-footed, so instead of like swinging at it right-footed, trying to volley it out of the air, he just kind of let the momentum the ball already had do the work and just steered it in.
Technically, Colin, the correct thing to do is if the ball comes in from the right, you have to control it with your left foot, and if it comes in from the other way, you have to correct it. Even with the pass.
Yeah.
Right. If the ball comes in from your left, you have to control it with your right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it gives you more space, more time, more vision. That is technically how you have to do things. That's basically what it is. Sorry. Perfect.
He opened up his body beautifully as well to take it. So technically, he's a fabulous player. We all know that, James Maddison. He's fabulous. And what a great goal.
Yeah.
I like that goal the best out of all the 4.
I think I might have too. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm a sucker for our wide players right now, and I think they get too much stick. So I was so happy to see them both on the score sheet.
Johnson,
Well, I mean, two of them, the ones that get all the stick, in my opinion, the unjust stick.
I like the way Werner finished. I like the way he opened up his foot and he put it. I like the way he did that. That's a striker's
feel
goal.
like
That's a
exactly.
striker's goal. That is.
I feel like that finish, he was trying to make up for his poor finish where he tried to round the keeper the other day. Instead of that, he just thought, "Look, I'm placing this. I know exactly where." You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. It was kind of it looped a little bit, had a nice little bit of curve on it. Beautiful.
I have my opinion about the 1v1 against Johnston the other day, but against Palace. But yeah, I don't know whether he's making up for it, but that's at the end of the day, that's what he has to do. That's what he gets paid for. And the fact that he can do that technically was a brilliant goal. And to see that goal from the rear view camera, the way he just placed his foot and he just brilliant. I love those goals. They're brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So Ryan G is telling us that if KDB or Trent made that cross, everyone would be going mad.
I know.
On the Sarr cross. DC
Let
said,
him be on the
saying,
down low, though.
I thought the worst player in the picture was Douglas Luiz. He was a lazy sod all game. Our last goal, he just jogged back instead of busting the gut to help his defenders.
Good though. Good,
and
good,
then I've
good.
got here.
Great player,
Right.
but he wasn't great then.
There's a link there to Chris. So all these 3 people that are on with me all have channels. So please sub over to Chris and Meta Football TV, please. Give him some love. Let's show him that we can give him love from LTL Cockerel over to Chris. Adrian Stroker saying that our pressing was good. And then we also have Carlan, who has Talk and Ball, the channel Talk and Ball. Please go over and sub to Carlin at Talk
Half
and
a Talking Ball's right there, though.
Yeah, but it's Carlin. I've got to say the 3 of you have got channels. So Colin at Talk and Ball. Colin tonight, hit the notification bell. 10 o'clock tonight, Colin has a members calling show. Ellie, did you know that you're a member?
I do. I know I'm a member.
Yeah, I saw it was Kuva gave out the membership the other day, and it went to Ellie.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
You know you couldn't work it out, Colin. I worked it out after. It was Ellie that got it. So Ellie got it. So
hopefully see you there.
Yes. If I'm still awake, I'm coming on.
So it's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock GMT tonight. Colin will have his members show. So yeah, be sure to go over to Talk and Ball, show the love, and if you become a member, you can come on the show. If you're not a member, then you can watch the other members and you'll see what it's all about. That everyone does get their say. So, and then you have Ellie at Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs.
Yes,
so please support Ellie. For those that haven't supported any of these channels, go over and support them. Let's show love to all the channels. Yeah. So let's go and do that. Then you've got David DC saying fans who say Madison's goal was just a tap in know nothing about football. It was.
Oh damn! Was that a dig?
No. Correct. 100%, David.
All four finishes. The final touches for all 4 goals were world class. People had to let the balls come across their body. They had to let the balls come across their body in order to get them. They had to get their body shape correct in some of the goals to take them. They were world class finishing on all.
And to be in the position in the first place, I mean, is half of it right there.
Audio says Kulu's work before the Sarr cross deserves a mention. I think Kulu's work for 3 of the 4 goals all deserve a mention. He did really, really well.
Can I just praise Kulu for? I think did he make a cross with his right foot?
He did. We definitely made a point of it.
He actually did.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I saw
didn't happen.
Well done, Kulu.
I think it was immediately cleared by a defender, but still.
But still, he did it. He's progressing.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Ryan G said, if I sub to any more Spurs channels.
I want to go down to the Spurs training ground and massage his right leg.
They should.
Get it going,
Yeah.
Ryan G saying, if I sub to any more Spurs channels, people are going to get suspicious.
Nah.
He's a good man, Ryan.
You know the score, Ryan.
And he said that he's actually subbed to all 3 of you anyway. So
yeah, he did. He did the other day. Thank you.
And Jishnu Raju says Douglas Luiz was, right. So we've got quite a few people watching at the moment. We're nearly an hour in. So Colin, can you bring up the predictions, please?
Drum roll, please.
I'm gonna have to work out where I've got them so I can read them out as I'm looking.
Drum
I've got 6
roll,
points. I'm
please.
well proud.
Drum roll, please. Okay.
All right, so these are
Bam.
the scores last
I'm
week.
gonna take Jishnu's comment off so we can see everything better. Okay.
These are the comments. So the people near at the bottom, they didn't enter the whole week. So David Clark entered 4 results, Nate Pye entered 2, and then you've got Beer Talk, Dry Roasted, Wayne Bonner, and Pramvat Singh entered 1 each. But everyone else got their weekly ones in. As can be seen, the Bournemouth result only got 1 green and 1 orange. Everyone had either gone for a home win or an away win. I think more so
Yeah.
home wins. So therefore, there's not much apart from white in that column. West Ham versus Burnley got everybody. That was white. No one had a draw in that game at all. That was complete white, the whole board. And then at the other games, drew a lot. So the Arsenal Brentford drew a lot of pointage. Tottenham drew a lot of points. Obviously, people supporting Tottenham would have gone for an away victory, but only Jim had a 4-0 win.
Yeah.
Big
Jim
up,
was the
Jim.
only one.
I did. And he actually said it on Just a Girl Loves Spurs, and I followed him on there. I should have followed him on here. What an idiot.
The person,
Aye.
the person of the week this week goes to the lovely Danny, who got 3 greens and 3 oranges, therefore
Wow.
scoring 12 points this
That's
week.
fabulous.
Nice
However-
job, my
Well done,
man.
However, another notable mention should, I think, go out to Ash P.
Woo! Ash Paddy.
She had 7 oranges and 1 green, so she had 8
Wow.
results out of 10.
Damn.
But that only scored her
Damn.
10 points. That only got her 10 points. She had 7 oranges and 3, so that scored her 10 points. That's a noticeable mention to Ash P.
That's well done.
Definitely. Nice job, Ash.
Beauty and brains.
And
Exactly.
and the people that are on the panel here at the moment, I got 4 points. Colin scored 6 points. Ellie scored 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And Chris Meta Football, if I can see where he's
Done better.
scores are,
6. I got 6.
6 points. So that's what we got
That was
this
a good
week.
score. The real cool people get 6 points, Chris.
That's
So,
sorry about that.
So with that, who you got in the chat? In the chat, we've got some people. So Tot Spurs was around. Tot Spurs has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tot Spurs has got 8 points this week. He's in
Todd
the chat.
Spurs, you're not allowed to get a better score than me. That's the thing. If you get a better score than me in the week, then
Bobby K, the
Punishment.
Chelsea result redeemed
me.
him, made him get 5 points this week.
nice.
Adrian's still about. Adrian scored 8 points. He got 2 greens and 2
Well done,
oranges.
Adrian.
Ronnie got 1, 2, 3 oranges and 1 green, so 6 points for Ronnie.
Nice one.
Who else? Chris Peters, I've seen in the chat today, has got 1 green and 4 oranges, so he's picked up 7 points. Danny, I've already said. Sanchez, who I saw in the comments earlier, has got 1 green and 3 oranges, which is 6 points. Jishnu got 1 green, 4 oranges, so 7 points for Jishnu. Spurs GCTV, who I remember seeing in the chat earlier as well, has got 1 green and 1, 2, 3, 4, so he's got 7 points. Ash P, we already said 10. Ryan G's got 1 green and 5 oranges, so he's got 8 points.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice one, though.
Audio Artisan has picked up 1 green, 3 oranges, 6 points this week. Alex Stake has picked up 3 points this week for 3 oranges.
Nice.
And then I've got David Clark has picked up a point this week. And I think that covers everyone that
David.
we've got in the chat. Noticeable mentions is you've got Mia that entered the first week. And Mia's got 9 points, 2 greens and 3 oranges.
Well done, Mia. Good
Kuva,
job.
Mia
Cool.
cheating?
Kuva has ended up with 1 green and 2 oranges entered this week. Matthew, who only entered this week, got 6 oranges.
Nice job,
Uh,
Matthew.
And good old Ben Kaufman, if you're still here, Ben, good old Ben, who puts in the wild predictions, got 2 greens and 2 oranges.
That's all right, Ben.
Did better.
He
Did
was
better than
just
me, and he was
zero
trying.
as
He was
well.
actively trying to do poorly, and he did better than me.
Yeah.
So
But it's
Ben,
okay.
He
Ben
tries to
trying to do
zero
poorly.
in
He's picked up.
everything.
Ben trying to do poorly. He's picked up 8 points this week.
Yeah.
So that means for everyone, we've had some movers and shakers in the league. Anyone
Okay.
that's highlighted in green has gone up in the table this week.
Here it comes.
The table
Okay.
might have to be split.
It had to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Okay, we might have to split the table because there's 75 people playing now.
It is.
So,
It's one. There's first to
Wow.
36 right there.
so Totspurs has now taken the lead from me by 1 point. So
Wow.
Keep it up,
Totspurs is
Totspurs.
in the lead.
Do not
Ellie-
let him win.
Ellie has climbed into third.
Come on, Ellie. Who's that girl?
Danny has jumped into 13th. So Danny has jumped. He's jumped ahead of Julius, Wayne Bond, and Dry Roasted Peanut in 1 week. So I said I think he'd make 3 places, and that's exactly what he did. Ben Kaufman with his 8 points has jumped into 24th.
Nice.
And
nice
then
job,
you've got
Ben.
Sanchez, Bethnal Green, Dakaru, Spurs, GCTV, and David Shear all jumping up to 30, 31st, 32nd, and 33rd. And Scott Colliver and Stay Humble have jumped into 35th and 36th. These people only started playing a few weeks ago,
Oh,
and they've
no.
already
Yeah.
jumped up halfway up the table. You've
Here's
got
the second
Ryan
up.
G, who's already up to 42nd, and Jishnu is up to 43rd.
Jishnu, nice job, bro.
This new.
And you've got Neil has jumped to 49th, and Audio, you've jumped to 50th.
Nice.
Well,
Nice, nice, nice. Everybody's doing
Belch-
great.
Rob Belch has jumped to 53rd.
Belcher.
Ewan has jumped up to 54th. It's his first week. So Ewan is who I added the other day out of the Irish Hotspur community. Ewan, he entered. So he's done well in his first week. Mia in her first week has jumped to 56th with 9 points.
Mia, nice.
Oh,
Work.
Alan Clark from Time Added On, his first week, 1
Mr.
correct
Mustard
prediction
Wall.
and 3 results. Got him 6 points. So he's jumped to 60th. Matthew, who was saying, "No, my results are going to be rubbish," has already jumped into 62nd. Kuva has jumped into 65th, and Nate Pye went up to 67th. And there's now 75 people playing or have played this game. So where it started off with about 10 or 12 of us, it's now gone to 75 places. So well done, everyone, for your predictions. Next week's going to be kind of funny because I have to wait and see. But I think there's only 4 games going on at the weekend.
Can
But-
I announce? Can I announce what we talked about the other day? The prize.
I don't know what we talked about the other day because I didn't know there was a prize.
Oh, so
If there is a prize, it means I can't win then because.
exactly. If you
So
if you
therefore-
get first place, yeah.
So what should I do? Should I just drop out then?
No, God no. Second
No.
place gets second place gets the prize if you get first place.
Hold
It's
up, I've
just that
never
easy.
known a league winner not get a prize.
Well, yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it actually. So
Right.
it's gonna be one of the shirts from the Talking Ball merch page.
Okay.
And there's gonna be more designs throughout the year, but you can have one. That would be nice. I
Right.
think you should have one.
All right. Anyway, I was just jesting. No one wants me to
Mr.
win
M.
anyway.
Mr. M is asking if he can enter.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to
Yep.
come to that now. Right. So yeah, Mr. M, you can enter. If you're here Fridays at 4:00 is when we do it. There are different ways of doing it. If you can't make the show on Friday at 4:00, then there's different ways that we can do it. But we tend to get most of people's predictions on the 4:00 shows on Friday. This weekend, because of the FA Cup, Premier League matches this weekend. There are 3 on Saturday. There's 1 on Sunday. So this week will be 4 predictions. It'll only be 4 predictions, but they will all count. Yeah. So therefore, there's 4 predictions for this weekend, but they'll all count, and we'll do them on Friday. But I'm glad that people enjoy doing it. People do like entering and enjoy doing it. And if I'm going to go by the comments, because I'm getting some sticker, I think, in the comments. Right, so we've got. I'm going to say Ash says hi to everyone because Ash kind of comments later as well. So Ryan G says I think you got 8 points. Tot Spurs is smarting and he's just put in there. Audio saying that he hasn't had a bad week. No, you haven't, sir. Ash says, wow, I got 10 points. Not bad. Ash, you predicted 8 out of the 10 games you got points in, so you done well. I think David Shear last week did it in 9 out of 10 games, but still to do 8 out of 10, you've done well. Then you've got Ronnie saying that he believes he's done bad this week. Daniel Lee, 12 points, not too shabby.
Very good.
What did he say? Yay, come on now, Colin. Right. Ryan G says, for only 2 weeks, I'm not doing badly. No, you're not. You're not. Daniel E, I'm going to ask Ash P for advice on my accumulator next week when I do my betting.
That's it. Tap her up. Tap her up.
Ash says, congrats to Top Spurs. I'm team anyone but Jose wins. Fair enough. Spurs GCTV says, pleased with how it's going. Great bit of fun.
Yeah.
Ryan G's coming in for a top 10 finish. Actually, no, that's realistic, he says. Mr. M, can you enter? Yep, you can. Like I said, the more the merrier. He's being advised you've got to be there Friday at 4 p.m. No, Top Spurs, I have not included the game being played tomorrow night. It was only the 10 from the weekend. I didn't bother doing tomorrow night's one, and it'll be too late to go and do that one anyway, because when you're letting people know prediction shows on a Friday, then people just tune in on the Friday for it. The only time we do prediction any different time to the Friday is when we've had midweek games where we've had to do it on a Tuesday. So
the doctor doesn't think you should get a prize either.
No, someone's at the door. I think it's my wife returning from work, and the dog's in that barking because I've heard the car pull up on the driveway.
Oh, nice. Hope she had a great day at work.
Ryan is all right because next season you're aiming at best second place because I'll make sure I'm smashing it. Danny's got really into this, hasn't he? God.
Yeah, I like it though. I like the
Ryan
competitiveness.
G, Daniel, I'm coming for the title next season, mate. No runners-up medal. And then he's pissing himself laughing. And then
next year we should have the. Oh, sorry.
Colin, be careful chasing down your 10th place.
10th place is mine. I've lived there all season, and I'm staying.
This has brought a lot of talk from people. So it's actually roused a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's actually good fun, and it's roused a lot of people, which I'm really
next
happy
Next season when we do it, I think the winner, last place has to get a tattoo of the winner's YouTube handle. I think that's what we need to do.
But that's going to force people to play every week rather than just come in and play one week and be last, wouldn't it? So
yeah, there we go.
Spurs GCTV says I would be more familiar with Andrew, so expecting I would do better next season. Yeah. And Mr. M is reminding me that it's Tells Burglar on my dogs. So, but yeah, they're the predictions. Yeah, make sure you tune in. It's a dual stream, Talk and Ball, Tel Cockerel on Friday. We dual stream it at 4:00, and you can get your predictions in for that. Saying that,
you got to give Jose a little bit of scratch before you can join.
A little bit of scratch.
Yeah.
Here he is. Look. Matthew, did you just see the league tables? And did you just see it, Matthew, or did you miss it?
Matthew, did you miss it, dog? I got you.
Right, Matthew, you've come in. Right, you're towards the bottom. You're about 8 or 9 from the bottom there. You've come in. You got 6 correct predictions, Matthew.
That's brilliant.
My guy. So big up yourself, dude. That is a very, very nice week.
So I don't know whether you can see it, but yeah, you're there. You've come in with 6 correct predictions, Matthew.
Which puts you...
And in the league, it's put you straight up to 62nd. Out of 75 people, you've gone into 62nd, and you've got a green on your name, which means that you climbed from whatever position you were in. You climbed, Matthew. Remember, Matthew, when you entered last week, you said, I'll do it, but I'm not going to be no good. Well, you got 6 points, Matthew. And can I let you know, I only got 4. I only got 4. No, you got 5, Cole. You beat me by 1 as well. I only got 4 this week, Matthew. So you've done really well, mate. So well done.
There was a lot of oranges. There was a lot of oranges this week, I noticed.
Well done.
Phil Coyce, good afternoon. Phil Coyce says afternoon panel and all in the chat. Coyce, Phil Army. And Top Spurs is saying it's very hard to come last. Ask Ben.
Ask a lady. No, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know whether Ben realised that he got the Chelsea Newcastle.
There was a joke to
result as
make,
well.
but I didn't even. I just ruined it.
He got
Sorry,
the Chelsea
sorry.
Newcastle.
I'm
All
10.
right. Flipping
Yeah,
hell.
he put in a
Chris,
result that he thought they wouldn't get the result right.
How
and
old's
he
your
actually
son?
got
How
it
old's your
right,
son?
so-
The goalkeeper. How old is
Yeah.
your son? He and I probably have similar senses of humor. Sometimes I feel like I'm
My
like
son.
8 years old up here. Yeah,
Yeah, his is more refined. So yeah.
It's the Spanish. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I blame
he's-
the
yeah.
education system in the Midwestern United States.
So do I.
Well,
So do I.
Definitely.
You've got what's Matthew saying? Don't worry, Ryan. We'll take
Oh
care
my
of
God.
Neto next season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aw.
Cosmic Sean is in the house. Sean, how comes you've never entered, mate? It's all good fun. I'm just wondering why you haven't entered, Sean.
It's only,
Let
it's
me
only
know.
£20. Come on.
Yeah, pay up.
Right, so I'm gonna take us back to what we was discussing earlier. I asked Ellie what's in line for us this week, and following on from what Ellie said, have you got any comments on what was in line for us this week, Chris?
Oh no, I was waiting for Ellie.
Ellie's already had a go.
I've had
Oh,
a
is
go.
she? Oh.
Yeah.
Can't you remember what she said?
I'm going down the training ground to find Kulu. Teach him how to use his right foot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. No, the I think no, I haven't got a clue. Full a minute.
Off the plot.
Lost the plot totally. I was thinking about Sonny's goal, and the pass from Kulu, innit?
Should we go to Colin? You got any thoughts on it, Carl? On what we're
Yeah,
doing
go
this
on.
week?
Doing
you
this
doing?
week? No, I mean the squad's going to be training, getting Werner further integrated with the rest of the team. He's going to set the world on fire. He's going to have an amazing rest of the season because we're going to continue. He's going to continue to gel with the boys. He has hardly had any time to really integrate into the system yet. He's already performing. This guy is going to be a huge player for us, and 17 million or 15 million or whatever it is a steal. And yeah, Team Werner. And I'm sorry, I can't stop talking about him because I just think
State the obvious, man. State the obvious.
they're fools. Teams are. I don't know why is there such a cheap buy option on him? I guess his contract must have been running out or something. But
Because they can't see what we can see.
Yeah.
yeah, I know we know ball. All of us, the four of us here. We know
Can
ball.
I just ask? What's the difference between Danny and Daniel E? Who's the guy with the glasses?
Danny
Danny.
from
Danny,
the Oxford
He's got
Hood.
the
Okay,
glasses
right.
and the snake. He's got a
Yeah.
snake.
No,
talent.
So Daniel E is the one with the glasses.
No,
Yeah.
Nope. Dan.
No, the other way
Danny.
round.
Danny.
Danny.
Right, okay.
Danny.
Danny.
Right, so
okay, right.
so for
He
me,
wears sunglasses.
Yeah, because he's got his
reflectors for his eyes, yeah. Right,
Yeah.
so
Okay, right.
for me, chaps, right, it's about getting Van der Ven on the treatment table and assessing him, and then putting a plan in place for Van der Ven to be treated by Tottenham's medical team and to get him back and fit. Only when
Does
he's
it
ready.
have to be Tottenham's medical team? Can it be somebody else's? Because
Yeah.
we don't seem to be the
I'd
best.
rather it be Tottenham's medical team in the sense that if you start going and you start going to, if he goes away with Holland, they may do a different plan with him and different thought, you know. And at the end of the day,
Sort
he
of
belongs
fiddly.
to the club, so you want the club to do it. The other thing I was going to say is this week gives us a chance to bed in Dragusin, because Dragusin has always played, as far as I'm aware, when I watched him play with Genoa, he played in the centre of a free, or he played on the right of a free. We've lost Van der Ven. That's the left of a two.
Yeah.
So therefore, I can see a lot of, if we are going to be out without Van der Ven, for definite against Fulham, then I can see a lot of training and a lot of drills being done and a lot of patterns of play being shown and taught for him to play in Van der Ven's position.
Very, very
So
good point.
I can see all that happening this week as well.
Yeah.
Then also, I'm not sure whether we've got Richie back this week, because I knew it'd be far fetched to have him back last week. But then
He'll
if you've
say
got-
he's back. Ask him. He'll say he's back.
I think
You should be able to say it.
Solomon's got to be there or thereabouts of coming back onto the training pitch. So then you've got who's the other one? Sessegnon, he's not going to be coming back. So there's two players that might come back into the squad and be training, possibly. I'm not sure, possibly. So therefore, I think there's a lot to be done on the pitch between now and the Fulham game. And I was hoping some of you people that I'd asked the question would be telling me this.
I think it's the international break after that.
Yes.
The international
Very
break.
good.
And
Which
that
will be
gives
good
us
for,
time to get VDV fit again.
or at least, or if not, Dragusin will be properly integrated into the team with 2 more weeks. It's like Jose would say, a mini preseason. And so, yeah, he'll have time to definitely integrate into the squad. And if Jose, great point about the left back or that left center back role that he's going to have to fill, which he's not used to filling. Yeah, I'm sure they'll spend a lot of time with him. It's a very good point. I hadn't thought much about that in a positional sense. I knew he played in a 3, but I forgot that he never really has played on the left of a 3. So interesting. Do you think that's going to be tricky for him? I mean, like you said, there's going to be patterns of play. We play out from the back. It's important to know where to be. But how hard do you think that's going to be for him? I mean, he seemed to step into the role capably, but we were already in a great position when it happened. Do you think that I don't know. Do you think that's where teams are going to look to an area teams will look to exploit if he does come into the team? Do you think he'll adapt? Okay, I know it's impossible to say, but
Villa, he's a really good defender, so I think he
is. Yeah.
Adapts. Do you know what I noticed though, which I forgot to say earlier? Sorry, you know Porro, right? He was moving about right along like VDV does, so I think that's a deliberate ploy by Ange Postecoglou, because when he cleared that ball, which came across, he was on the left-hand side of defence. Because I know, obviously, Postecoglou loves Destiny going forward, and VDV, and now Porro's covering for him as well. So it's really good because that gives license to Udogie to do his business up the top, which he's fantastic at. And Porro's hanging back because he knows Kulu will help him. But he also covers the left. I was really shocked when I saw it because I haven't seen that this season where Porro's covering the left as well. I think I saw it only once, actually, against West Ham. But it happened again against Villa. And I was so impressed with Porro, the way he covered the back line like VDV does. I was really impressed with him.
It's gonna be interesting because Fulham, they've got that striker Muniz that plays up front for them, who started scoring goals. Now, to be honest, I mean, I don't know too much about him. I've watched him and I didn't think he was all that good. But all of a sudden, the last 2 months, he's come in because Carlos Vinicius went on loan to Galatasaray. The Mexican fella, Raul, got injured. They've taken Broja on loan from Chelsea, who's not got a look in since he's gone there. And Muniz all of a sudden became their focal point. And he started scoring goals. And I never thought he was that good a player. But you can't argue. You're scoring goals. You're scoring goals.
I know. That's it.
Yeah.
Proof of the pudding, isn't it? Put the ball at the back of the net.
Yeah.
What you pay to do.
But then I think it's what we do. I reckon it's going to be what we do against Fulham. I think it's the game gets won and lost. It depends on how our midfield play and our attack, because their midfield 3 will probably be Paulinho, Harrison Reed, and probably Tom Carney.
Either Tom Carney or the other guy, the ginger guy. I can't think of his name.
Harrison Reed.
Colin?
That's what I said. Harrison Reed, Paulinho.
He's the ginger
Colin
guy.
Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Paulinho, Reed, and Carney.
Yeah.
Right, because they've been playing Iwobi one side and Pereira the other of Muniz, rather than De Cordova, Reed, and Willian. So I think if our midfield plays the game the way they did against the way they did against Palace and the way they did against Villa, then we should have a good stronghold in that game.
Yeah.
I'm just glad Fulham no longer have that Serbian dude. What was his name? What's his name?
Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Mitrovic. Yeah, he was a handful. That guy was. He was a good striker. I know that he's getting older now, but yeah, I think he was a little underrated. If that guy played for a bigger club, he would have put up some numbers, I think. So glad they don't have him any longer. That'll be a good thing. And, glad we don't have to go up against Scott Parker. I know that he's like no managerial mastermind, but, having played for Spurs for so long, maybe he, could prepare his side well against us. I know that's been a while too. Yeesh. Scott Parker, everybody. I love that guy. I had a hard time not slightly rooting for Fulham, in matches when they would play, just because you'd see Scotty P on the touchline, looking dapper as hell. But
yeah, he's a dapper.
Yeah, I'll say it.
I think Guardiola should take some tips from him.
Right,
he's not so dapper. That's what I mean.
What I've been noticing is Palhinha has not been playing for Fulham. I don't know whether he's injured or
he got suspended for 2 games.
Yeah, but before that, he's not been playing. And he played last match. He came off the subs bench.
Yeah, he was a sub.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and Fulham's back 4 are normally Bassi and Tosin.
Yeah.
So they normally play a back 4.
Yeah, they play Anthony Robertson on the left-hand side.
Anthony Robinson, Bassi.
They've got a right back.
Who?
And well, that could be wrong, but because I think
Castagna played right and Robertson plays left.
Yeah,
but Castagna is normally a left back because he played for Leicester as a left back.
He's played right back for Fulham.
Is that so?
Yeah.
He won the league with Leicester, didn't he, Castagna?
He played for?
He won the league with Leicester, didn't he, Castagna? He was in their title-winning team.
No, he didn't. No, he came after. He came
well after. He came well after.
Castagna, I think, played in Germany, didn't he? Or because he's Belgium, I think.
Yeah, he sounds like he's Spanish, but he's.
I was muted.
No,
I do remember him playing in Germany.
He's Belgium. He's Belgium.
I just had it in my head that he was part of their title-winning team, so he must have come the season after then.
He came
season. James Maddison came.
He played in their FA Cup team, though, didn't he?
That probably.
Castagna only signed about 3 years ago, if that. He didn't sign that long ago.
I'll tell you here. He came in the 2021 season for Leicester.
3 years. 3 years ago.
From Atalanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was after their FA Cup, weren't it? They won the FA Cup earlier than 2021.
He didn't play the FA Cup either.
No.
Oh,
damn. Ellie, we were both wrong. I was right there with you.
Oh God, he missed it all, didn't he?
So Ryan G said Raul Jimenez is a quality player for us until he was that unfortunate with a head injury. Haven't had a good striker since him. And then he says, well, since the head injury, because he was bang average for us. After that, glad to see he's doing reasonably well for Fulham. Adrian, good afternoon again. Adrian says, I'm confident we will have a good summer transfer window as there are so many quality players in every position to choose from. I'll come back to you, Adrian's, in a minute, and I'll ask people on the panel a question on this.
Sure.
Totspurs, if we win our next 2 games and Gunners lose away to City, we'll be 5 points behind them and still to play them as well. I say we're looking good. We play Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool. All 3. I know Liverpool's the last one. We've got the 2 home games. I think it's Arsenal, City, then Liverpool. Or it could be City, Arsenal, then Liverpool. But we play 3 of them on the bounce. So Tottenham have a say on where the title goes this season. Ryan says he should have been sent off for us for a blatant second yellow card. Look who we got. Leo, Marhigh Hotspur. Yo, what's up, my homies? Hope everyone's well. You're right, Leo.
Yes, Leo.
What I'm going to say, right? We got to keep bench and sell, haven't we?
Keep bench and
got to keep what?
We got to keep bench and sell that they asked for.
Oh, we do.
right.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear. Yeah. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Jose,
Right. Yeah.
Jose, do you want me to just give you the fixtures?
Go on then.
It's Spurs City, Spurs Arsenal, and Liverpool Spurs.
Can you?
Okay.
So
Is,
you were
is
right
that
about-
all? Is that all within? Is that 3 games in a week again, Chris?
Right. So yeah, that is correct. So we got Spurs City on the 20th of April. That's the weekend of the 20th of April. Then the 27th of April, Spurs Arsenal, and on the weekend of the 4th of May, Liverpool Spurs. So that's
so we're playing them one
after
week.
the other.
1 week. It's not 3 games in 7 days. We're playing once every week. Okay.
That is correct. Yeah.
I like
yeah.
the sound of playing once every week. With the squad
Yeah,
we've got.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
been nice.
So it's
been
home. That's 2 home matches and then 1 away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before City, we go to Newcastle.
Right.
All them games are yeah. I think these dry roasted peanuts coming. We're saying 9 points. 9 points easy dry roasted.
Hopefully.
Easy peasy, huh?
Right.
Listen. Who's going to play low block? Who's going to play low block out of those 3?
None of them. They're all going to come at us.
None of them.
We've got to be on our game and score more than them.
Yeah, but Newcastle won't low block at their
No.
ground either.
No, I was talking about.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, in the 11 games that we've got left, there are fewer teams that are going to low block us out of them 11 games. Do you see what I mean?
I can see. Right, Luton. I don't think we're at home. Sorry, away.
We're at home. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at home. Yeah. West Ham might.
They're at home, West Ham.
Yeah, but they might.
The thing is,
David Moyes.
David Moyes came out and said he's going to play more attacking because the fans were getting on his back.
Oh well. Burnley.
More
Sheffield
attacking for David Moyes is still not very attacking.
Burnley and Sheffield United are going to be down and doomed before we play them, Chris, in the last 2 games of the season. I fully expect Tottenham to go and trounce them both.
Regardless of where they are, they're the only 2, perhaps 3 teams that you can see cacking it and low blocking it. And
so therefore, Tottenham should be okay because it would be open football. We won't have the low blockers against us, so we should be okay.
As long as we continue to finish clinically.
That's what I'm trying to portray. Yeah.
Right. So what we've got is 7 wins out of 11 gets us 74 points. 72 on average gets us top 4. We got this. Yeah, Adrian, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Right. All the way from Talk and Ball, because this is the Talk and Ball. What's that doing there? That banner. All the way from Talk and Ball. Where I don't know. Colin's controlling the banners. You need to get rid of that banner.
Where does it say all the way? Where does it say? Oh, it just says Jose's Mop-Up Show, 10 p.m.
Yeah, I want you to take that off, Colin.
Oh, well, deal.
Right, there we go. Right, so all the way from Talk and Ball, because we're doing this show on LTL Cockerel, we have a keep, bench, and sell for you today. All the way from Talk and Ball.
Can we play the intro?
We can do the intro. You can do the banner as well.
Play the intro.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, guys.
So play along with it. Play along with us. It's Keep or West Ham.
Woo.
Everybody, you know what time it is. Keep or West Ham, or as we now do, keep, bench, and sell. And I'm going to pass it over to Jose.
Right. So today, keep, bench, and sell. We give you 3 players, and you tell us who you would keep, who you would put on the bench, and who you would sell back to who you'd sell to West Ham. Because Colin's favourite team, other than Tottenham, is West Ham. So therefore, one needs to go to West Ham. But what we've done is I've picked 3 players today, and I sent it on the fly because I was coming back home, and I quickly sent 3 names to Colin. And who do we let go first? Is it Chris or should we let Ellie go first? Which one of the 2?
No. Ladies first.
Ladies
Queens
first.
first.
Ladies
Queens
first.
Okay.
first.
Right. So
I'm
for
sorry,
everybody watching
I've
us,
been thrown in at the deep end.
so everyone that's watching us, obviously they can put their comments in and we'll see them. But if anyone's hearing us or watching us on X, put your comments in. Let us know. Send us a message, and we'll read it out and tell us who you would keep, who you would bench, and you would sell out of these lovely 3 players.
Oh God, here we go. Oh my God.
We got Edgar Davids, Wilson Palacios, and our favorite, Scotty P. I thought it was kind of fitting that we talked about Scott Parker a little bit ago.
Okay.
Because here he comes up again in that lovely HP kit. I love that kit.
It's nice, isn't it?
No red
I
anywhere
like
to be
the
seen.
collar. The collar's lovely.
And where's the red? None.
So, if you're just going on technical ability, you'd have to keep Edgar Davids. But I'm not one. I love technical players, don't get me wrong, but I like players that give their all, blood and thunder, play for the badge. And Scott Parker epitomises all of those 3 qualities. So I'm keeping Scotty Parker because I love him. I think he was fabulous for us. He's a great footballer. He wasn't as technical as Edgar Davids, obviously. That's blatant to see. But what he gave to our team was fabulous. And he epitomises what I just said. So I'm keeping him. But I'm benching Edgar Davids because it's always nice to have a bit of skill on the bench and bring him on. Although Palacios was similar to Scotty Parker, I don't think he was quite as good. And then he picked up that injury. But Palacios, sorry, I'm sending you to West Ham. I'm selling you for a good fee, though, because you were a very,
Yes.
very good player and worked hard like a Trojan. But I have to get Edgar Davids on the bench. I'm sorry, Edgar, because I just love Scotty Parker. Sorry, so he's getting ahead of you. Sorry.
Boom. So Ellie is keeping Scotty P, benching Edgar D, and Palacios. Bye to West Ham. You don't have far to move, buddy.
Just before Chris has a go, I just want to say, Ryan, it's up to everyone. Obviously, Ellie has given her thoughts and opinions on why she'd keep bench and sell. Yourself, you're changing your mind. You only keep bench and sell for your own reasons, Ryan. So if you want to do it when they were in their prime, it's up to you. If you want to do it where they fit the system, it's up to you. It's your thoughts on who you want to keep bench and sell.
Yeah.
So in saying that, we'll go to Chris because we've got quite a few comments being put in there, but we'll read the comments out after. So go on, Chris. What say you, sir?
I am torn, sir. I am torn. I agree with Eddie in that Parker was brilliant for us. He would do anything for us, and etc. etc. I have to go with keep Davids because Davids at Ajax was brilliant. Davids at Juve and Inter was brilliant, and he saved Barcelona from disaster. So I have to go with Davids, and because it's for my own personal reasons, because we are allowed that, I'm keeping Davids because I think he was absolutely brilliant. He's just a monster of the game. If it was just for Spurs, I'd keep Parker. I'd bench Davids and I'd sell Palacios. I'd do whatever, send him back to Wigan. But because it's for my own personal reasons, I'm keeping Davids. I'm benching Parker, and Palacios can do one.
Can you go do one? Man, it took a turn. There.
Yeah.
Seeing that I chose the players, Carlin, you have a go at this as well now, Carlin.
Let's do it. Let's have a go. I'm gonna copy Ellie, but not on purpose. So the player that I saw the most of in my time as a supporter of these 3 was Scott Parker. Anything I've seen from Edgar Davids, I know from highlights and from stories that I've heard from lovely people like yourself and Adrian and many other fans. I mean, he had a wonderful storied career and then came to Spurs, and it's really cool. He wore goggles, so it's impossible to miss the guy. He had a unique look as well. And you know, I know that he was a good tricky player. Scott Parker to me though is like my captain, like I don't know, him, Michael Dawson. For some reason, those two guys like scream Spurs to me. Like they are so Tottenham. But I guess Jermaine Genius. I don't know. I guess it's the time that I, you know, really fell in love with the team. But Scott Parker, keep. Edgar Davids, bench, and then Palacios, sell. But real quick on Palacios, just so I have my history correct, didn't something terrible happen to that guy? Like, didn't he have like a family member murdered or somebody like something like that? Or am I making that up? While he was at Spurs,
I'm not. He
I
might
thought
have.
some.
I know Serge Aurier did, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
About I think I can recall something. Google it, Colin. Google it.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Yeah, Tottenham's Wilson Palacios' brother murdered by kidnappers in Honduras. And I remember Harry Redknapp talking about it and talking about how how Wilson Palacios asked if he could go. He came up to Harry and said, "Is it okay if I'm gonna, you know, be gone?" And Harry was like, "Yeah, go." You know, Harry Redknapp. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, go, of course, of course. But he was just talking about how professional and how, you know what I mean, how good of a guy he was. And so honorable mention to him from me for that. To be able to continue on too with his career after, you know, suffering something like that, just like Serge Aurier. It takes a tremendous amount of mental and you know, strength, and hopefully he had some good people around him. Seems like he must have. So sad to send him to West Ham, but you know, hopefully they take good care of him there. And this alternate timeline we're creating where he goes to West Ham. So yeah, that's my three. Hopefully that was a decent answer.
For me, I'm keeping Edgar Davids all day, every day, 3 times on a Saturday and 12 times on a Sunday.
12 times on a Sunday.
Davids was out of these 3. It was the best. He was a better player out of all these 3 players by a country mile.
Could he do a pirouette with the ball like
yeah,
like my man Scotty P? Could he 360 shield the ball? Did he tuck in his shirt? There's all kinds of questions.
Scotty P couldn't even lace up his boots, mate. To be honest, if you're looking at proper football, Davids was. He wasn't
a quality footballer per se.
He's a monster. That. So he's the one that I'm keeping. I'm keeping him.
Better, but he was good, Scotty Parker though. I know what you mean.
Fit a role.
His boots, but I wouldn't say a country mile.
Okay,
I'd say a country mile.
Okay,
a city mile.
Technical ability.
How many times has Scott Parker played for England? Not many.
Maybe
probably less than Davids.
I'm guessing 4.
Davids and Clarence Seedorf were the engine for that Dutch side, and you can't tell me that Scotty Parker would have got into the engine at Holland before them 2.
No, he wouldn't.
Davids was a beast.
He was.
I'm just doing it on how he was for Spurs. Otherwise, you'd put Edgar Davids all day long, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So for me, it's Edgar Davids.
Yeah, it's true. Jose is a better footballer. Oh, lucky nil. Sorry, I swore there.
And then
I liked it. That's funny. That's good. That's real.
I actually thought Palacios. When we were trying to build a team from the crap that we'd had from seasons before, we're trying to build a team. We brought Palacios into the team, and I think someone's commented on this already. And Palacios came in to partner Sandro in centre midfield. And so we had 2 real grafters in midfield, like double pivots playing for us at the time. So I thought Palacios did well when he came from Wigan to play for us. But yeah, technically,
then Sandro got injured.
But technically, Parker was a better player than Palacios.
Yeah.
So
the story about Palacios and his brother is.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm keeping Davids. I'll probably bench Palacios, and I'm going to sell Parker back to West Ham.
What?
Damn! Shock decision right at the end there. Wow.
Yeah. And then in the chat, we haven't done a keep bench and sell for ages, Colin, and it's got the chat talking because there's loads of
Did we rile up the people?
So Mr. M, so Dry Roasted Peanut said it's the best thing on the internet today.
It is.
Mr. M said make the music longer on it.
Yeah.
Audio Artisan is saying, I never noticed before, but the theme tune reminds him of the Blockbusters tune.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know
Nice.
Blockbusters. Blockbusters is what we had here in England. It's the program we had here.
Got to
Then
Google
this is
it.
the questions. Ryan G was trying to dissect us all, saying, if this is when they were in the prime or when they played at Spurs, it's your choice because you don't
Whenever
support
you
Spurs.
like,
It's
brother.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
David M says, David's to keep, bench Parker, sell Palacios. But
Yeah.
he also
What's it?
says, Davids was a baller. He also says, the glasses added plus 10% of skill to him.
Yes,
Yeah.
the goggles, man, unreal. Those were so cool. What a beast. He looked,
So
you had
pretty
it-
sharp
Did he
in
wear
those.
those glasses because he was short-sighted or long-sighted?
No, it was he had glaucoma.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Wonder if he smoked a lot of weed for it.
That's
and
probably why.
then you've got the next person was Audio Artisan has said, keep Davids, bench Palacios, sell Parker. So
I thought we were friends.
somehow
thought we were
Audio's gone the
friends.
same way as me.
Yeah.
So
Thought we were
Mr.
friends, Audio.
So Mr. M's gone the same way as you both, or as you, Chris.
Yeah, well, yeah, and Ellie as well. I think no. Oh no,
I
Ellie.
think
No,
Parker.
Ellie said the other
Okay.
way around. Yeah.
Okay. Right. And then
Scotty P stays with me.
Because he played for the badge.
did you do it this way? Did you do dry roasted peanuts way then?
Yeah, dry roasted peanuts got it
Is that
the
you,
correct
Ellie?
way.
Yeah, that's my
That was
way.
Ellie.
Okay. So
Mine too.
And Colin's way.
okay. So we'll
Yeah.
so the three ways that we've said so far, we've got three.
See,
Um,
we like players who play for Spurs. Come
So
on.
Ryan's first attempt was to keep Parker, bench Davids,
First
and sell
attempt?
Palacios. Yeah, he's had more than one attempt because he's still asking questions.
How many
Um,
attempts do you get? Come on, Ryan.
Adrian Stroker's come with me. Look, he says keep Davids, bench Parker, send Palacios. No, he's not come with me.
I said that.
He's gone with Chris.
That's the advantage of Adrian.
He's gone with Chris.
Scotty Parker. Did Edgar Davids only play one season for us? I believe.
Yeah, then he went to Barnet.
I don't even remember him scoring any
he only
late
played one
winners.
season and got chinned
Yeah.
by Robbie
Roy
Keane chinned him on the training pitch and then he didn't
Oh,
play for
Robbie
Tottenham
Keane,
after
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Chin checked.
Right. Ryan G says if it's in the primes, I'm keeping Davids. So Ryan G's
2
keeps changing his
seasons.
answer. So he keeps
One
changing
season,
his
2
answer.
seasons,
Right.
Yeah, just
2
keep their prime.
seasons.
10
That's-
seasons.
Destiny Spurs 5 says
seasons.
keep Davids, bench Parker, sell Wilson. That's you, Chris. Yeah?
Big up, Destiny. You're wrong, but big up.
Ryan G says, okay, I'd keep Davids, bench Parker, sell Palacios.
Yeah.
Ooh, wrong. But I love you guys.
Audio is saying Palacios was a god that night we beat AC Milan in the San Siro alongside Sandro.
Oh yeah, when we won
Was that
1-0.
summer friendly?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
European Champions League. When we beat them 1-0.
Champions League when Crouchy got the winner.
Crouchy got the winner, yeah.
Yeah.
Peter
And then
Crouch,
we
my
lost.
favorite tall man.
Alex Hilton Stake says keep Davids, Parker bench, and sell Palacios.
Yeah.
Steak. Come on, Parker. You don't remember how important Parker was, guys.
Top Spurs, keep
Come on.
Davids, bench Parker, and send Palacios. David's true grit and skill. Parker would give you his all, and Palacios just didn't quite have what the others did.
Yeah.
Parker would cut off his arms and give them to you if you needed them.
I'm kind of thinking that Chris has got an alt account and it's called Tot Spurs. And then Dry Spirit is confirming what you said earlier, Ellie, that his brother was kidnapped.
Yeah. Colin.
Destiny Spurs 5 says Scott Parker had a good engine and that's it. Daniel
No.
says
I don't know what car he drove.
Daniel Lee says I feel ashamed. Daniel Lee feels ashamed that the great Edgar Davids is on the list with these two other players.
Midfielders.
Scott Parker reminded me of Steve Perryman a lot because he would cover every single blade of grass, but he wasn't as good as Steve Perryman.
But he
No,
would
Steve
fuck you
Perryman
up, pardon my
was another
language.
level up.
Sorry.
He was another level
Scott-
up, Steve Perryman, the way he used to link up play. But Scotty Parker, he was such a hard-working player as well.
He wasn't.
But
He wasn't
had
a
he
bad
was kind
player.
of
as
like-
well.
He was kind of a hard man, too.
As well. He did have technical ability. He was good at moving the ball, passing. His all-round play was quite efficient, actually. But
He could
wasn't
receive
like,
the ball, beat a man, and then make a
yeah,
pass.
he wasn't like a star like Edgar Davids is. Edgar Davids, I agree with you.
But a team needs a Scott Parker.
Yeah, they do. They need players, workhorses.
The reason you like Scott Parker,
as
Ellie,
well.
is the same reason that you like Højbjerg, is the same reason that you like.
But
Yeah,
Parker's better than Højbjerg.
definitely,
really
yeah.
He was
But
better,
I
he was a
see
better
there's a
all-round
pattern.
player.
There's a pattern of players that you like, Ellie,
Yeah.
that I've just noticed.
But
Yeah,
I like the skillful players more,
Perryman.
obviously, because they're more technical and they're easier on the eye and they can do things to wow you. But you need players like Scotty Parker to do all the dirty work.
SAR players that are running around that are making the game easier for the rest of the players, for the skillful players. The skillful players wouldn't have the chance to show off their skill if we didn't have the players running around doing the work.
Sar's got technical ability, but he's not like James Maddison, is he? James Maddison.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what Sar can give you is something different. Yeah, you need all sorts of players, especially in midfield.
Yeah, you can't just have a bunch of the same exact type of player. It just doesn't balance out.
That's why I put Scotty Parker, because he played longer for us as well. I think he played.
He did two stints, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so you've got Mr. M says never forget Endon Bailey.
Oh no.
Right.
Well, regular Dembele is good.
But Dembele, bloody hell, what a player he was.
Yeah,
I'm just behind Hoddle on technical ability, because out of all the players that I've seen, Hoddle is the best, and then Dembele is the second best, and then I would say Bow and Gaza on a level. Yeah, Bow and Gaza after that. Brilliant.
Bale was technical with Gaza.
And Van der Vaart. I'll put Van der Vaart and Ginola in with that pack. Not so much Modric, because I think he was brilliant, but he's not. I don't think he had the same skill set as Gaza. Gaza had even more, I would say. And Ginola. I think Ginola had more than Modric. Although Modric went on to do all those things with Real Madrid, I think Ginola was fabulous as well. Brilliant footballer to watch. So exciting.
Yeah.
Right. You've got JSY Talks Football. Does that mean is that a channel that you have, JSY? It says afternoon all. So good afternoon, JSY Talks Football. He says he's just subbed as well. So I'll say thank you very much to you, JSY.
JSY Talks Football as well.
Oh, it'd be interesting to see where you're from, mate, and what would you talk all football, or would you support a team or whatever? Let us know, and we'll hook you up, mate.
Hopefully the S stands for Spurs.
Destiny Spurs 5 says the last blockbusters in the world is in America, I think.
The last blockbuster in America.
I think we was talking about the music was Blockbusters. It wasn't actually a shop; it was actually a program. But yeah, we understand what you're saying. Yeah. You've got Ryan G says, I only changed my answer once. I needed context. If you're gonna get something from us, it'll always be context, Ryan.
Yeah.
Mr. M says the best thing about Peter Crouch is Abby Clancy. Top Spurs is saying I can be his alt account if he likes. That's to Chris. Ash P has popped in to say keep David's bench, Parker, sell Palacios.
People trust me.
Peter Crouch, he said if he wasn't a footballer, he'd be a virgin.
Yes.
Right. Destiny Spurs 5 says Parker shorts were like his flares and he used to tuck his shirt in old school.
I love that shit. Yes, please. Take your shirt back in. That's how you prove the ref. You're getting your shit tugged on.
He was always neat and tidy, old Scotty Parker.
I remember
your shit in, kids.
Ellie, when you were firing off the midfielders and that, Mr. M put in yes, Ellie.
Yes.
So, and then says Dembele was underrated.
Was he? Wait, was he? Because I rate him higher than anybody that I've ever watched play, other than Lionel Messi.
I just put him on the level with just under Glenn Hoddle, and that's a compliment to any footballer being compared to Glenn Hoddle, who's a god.
He's the best on the ball I've ever watched in my lifetime, minus Ronaldinho and Messi, but he's third in my lifetime.
You know what? I'm going to say something extremely dodgy now.
Go on,
Right.
then. Hit us with your
It's
dodge.
extremely dodgy.
Anything happens on my channel.
Yeah,
It's all right.
we're full of dodge.
and it has got to do with Hoddle, right?
Okay.
But it is right now. I know there's a lot of hype with Maradona, okay? A lot of hype and a lot of hoo-ha, okay? I think Hoddle was better than Maradona, and the reason is because Hoddle could do that two-footed, and Maradona was only
Hoddle doing
left-footed.
as much Charlie though? I don't think he was on as much Charlie, and I think
No,
that's
no,
why he doesn't have
I don't
verification.
know, but I don't know if his wife is called Charlie, but I don't know. But that the reason for me looking at it technically is that Hoddle could do everything that Maradona could do two-footed.
I agree.
And for me,
Honestly, I'm
for
with
me,
you.
that is a plus. I mean, it can't be something that you can that you take away from Hoddle.
That's
can it?
the Spanish in you. If you were English, you wouldn't give a shit.
I'm
if
not
he was
Spanish.
one-footed.
I'm not Spanish, really.
I know, but you've been adopted by them, and then you live in there.
Yeah.
You live in the Spanish.
You've
You've got a Spanish footballing brain.
And to add to that dodginess, which I don't think is dodgy, I think you're spot on, right? Glenn Hoddle was, I'm not saying this because I'm a Spurs fan. He's the best footballer, complete footballer that I've, and he scored the most terrific goals. The goals that he scored were out of this world. And I urge anybody who hasn't seen him play, get onto YouTube and watch his goals that he scored.
Brilliant.
He's got hundreds
Magical.
of goals that he scored for Spurs, and then he went to Monaco and cracked it over in front. But he was the ultimate footballer to watch. He was so graceful as well on the foot. You know, some footballers, they're quite lethargic the way they move and their body movement. But Glenn Hoddle, he was like a gazelle. He floated across the pitch, and his passing was second to none. And even
to me,
Cruyff said about it.
Cruyff to me is my idol. I mean, there's no one bigger for me
Cruyff, brilliant.
footballing than Cruyff. But you've got people like Messi. Messi was a football genius, but Ronaldinho was technically better than Messi.
Yeah.
Hey, Dembele better ball retention, I'd say, than Messi. I think Dembele was better holding on. I think Dembele was better ball retention than Messi. I think his dribbling is as good, if not
different
better.
players.
Oh,
different
definitely.
players.
Like if you're comparing
They're playing in different areas of the pitch slightly. I could see that, but I mean, they're similarly
you need different characteristics.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going purely on the ability to dribble through players and to retain the ball, I think that while Messi is renowned for that, I think that Dembele is better.
Yeah, you couldn't get Messi. Messi loses the ball later on in his career, but early Messi, you couldn't get the ball off him. But Dembele, I don't think I ever see him lose the ball.
Dembele got better with age too. Dembele seemed to improve.
I didn't see him lose the ball. Maybe once I saw him lose the ball, and I thought, "What the hell?" I can't recall it, but he was so good at ball retention and the way he carried the ball. He was like Kulu on speed. Because Kulu can carry the ball, but he can't retain it as much as Dembele did.
No.
Yeah?
But you're talking about two different players, right? Dembele and Messi, right, for example, or Kulu, right?
Players.
But a lot of Messi, right? Because Messi is not exactly a so-called pushover because he knows where to place his body and he's learned that over time, right? But a lot of it is
low center of gravity.
The low center of gravity, but it's all here because before you've actually positioned your body to defend him, he's already gone somewhere else. So you're defending one, he's already gone 2 or 3 places, and it's all with the ball control and all with brain. So then, obviously, as Ellie says, yes, with time he loses more balls because his brain doesn't work as fast and his body isn't working as fast. But he's 36 years old, he's 37 years old. What do you want from him? I mean, come on.
Perfection. I want perfection, and I want.
Yeah, well, sorry, man. He did that for 20 years. You can't.
Feed me more.
I have to go. I'm sorry. I put it in the chat. I don't think anyone saw it. I did.
I saw it. Yeah,
I'm about to have to go soon as well.
But you started going on for 10 minutes, so I'll just let you carry on talking, Chris.
Oh, thanks for that, man. I do have to go. I apologize. I have to go now. But thank you for having me on. And it's been a pleasure being with Ellie once again. I do love you a
Yeah.
lot, and I hope everything at home goes well with Angela. I do
Yeah.
always wish you the best.
I've got to go and cook now. They're waiting for me to cook a chicken bunna.
A chicken what?
Oh,
That
brilliant.
sounds
My husband's
delicious.
shouting me as well. As he heard me talking about food, he went, "Ew."
There you go. Tell them that we all said up QPR.
Yeah, I better go. But lovely speaking with you, fine gentlemen, again, and it's been a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Right, so
Yeah.
people, go over to sub at Chris at Meta Football TV. It's in the chat. So sub over to Chris if you can. And also to Ellie at
That's
Just
the
a Girl Who Loves Spurs.
Love Spurs.
Give them some love and support. Thank you very much to you both for being on. And I will catch up
pleasure.
with you both really soon. Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you, darlings.
Big
Take
love.
Thanks
Big
for
love.
everyone in the chat. All the love.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Right, just catching up with this chat. So we had, God, there's loads of people that were talking here when you lot were all talking.
I know, and a bunch of people are trying to get in here, but
Destiny Spurs 5 says Dembele was so smooth he wouldn't leave footprints in the snow.
hell yes.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
a great player. Ryan G says Ginola, what a player. Daniel E saying yes, JSY is a Channel Leeds fan. I watch her. Good channel, great vibes. Does all the watch alongs of other football teams as well. Interesting
cool.
to know. I might have to hook up. Interesting to know. Mr. M says, oh yeah, I remember Blockbusters, a TV program. Ryan G says, don't forget R9 Ronaldo to Colin.
Wasn't as smooth as Dembele.
Audio
was
Artisan says,
a bit smoother.
outside of Spurs and Belgium, Dembele doesn't get his flowers.
I would agree with that, Jose. I don't know about you. But
Ellie, when Ellie was talking, Hoddle was. This is in reference to what Ellie was saying. Ryan G says Hoddle was class, but I'm taking Maradona. Mr. M says,
Starling.
yes, Ryan. Real Ronaldo was different level, top tier, 100. Then we've got you guys. R9 wasn't good on the eye as Dembele. He was. Ronaldo R9 was magnificent, mate. God, he's on a different planet. The guy was born on a different planet. Ronaldo played injured in the
Brazilian for sure. We don't have to check his
and
passport.
was still the best player. He was playing through pain and overweight. Spurs GCTV says that Hoddle was my hero as a youngster, and I cannot recall him scoring with his hand.
There you go.
With reference to Maradona. Yep, Audio Artisan was
Little dig
saying
there.
Matt Letizier's idol was Glenn Hoddle.
Letizier is a great player.
Right,
so,
he says technically better in terms of skills. Messi is a better pure dribbler, different players. Then you've got Baresi in ML saying, yo, sup? It's a name that I've not seen. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Nice to have you
Big
here.
up, dude. Yeah.
Mr. M says, I wanted a compilation of the real Ronaldo 9 the other day. And I got pure goosebumps and adrenaline rush. He was exceptional. There's nearly no words. Ryan T says, Messi in his prime was out of this world. You could not tackle him.
Same with Dembele.
Ronaldo and Ronaldinho was just silly.
Them together was something
Mr.
really
says,
cool.
did you know Messi used to look up to Ronaldinho? Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah. There was a bit of time too where they overlapped and played together, which was really neat.
MHS said, can we get a StreamYard link to let me join the chat about the game? I think you're wrong in some parts. You can put your comments in. I've already had a panel for today, but you're more than welcome to put your comments in. And then obviously
reach out to us on our socials.
Yeah, we've got socials. You can reach out because we need to get to know you. We don't just have people come on. We need to get to know who they are first of all.
We had a bad experience with that once.
Yeah.
So
Spag Bowl tonight. Destiny Spurs 5 says.
Spag Bowl. You're gonna have to Google that. I don't know what the hell that means.
Tosper saying, great to see you, Chris. Have a great day and be lucky, bro. Jishnu saying Kobe Minu is the most technical English midfield player after Scholes. Minu is a good player. He's being fast tracked at the moment.
Yeah, it's a little early to say that though, Jishnu. We'll give him. We'll wait a little bit.
People are saying goodbye to Ellie. Great show from Mr. M. Thank you, Mr. M. Ryan G says big up Chris and Ellie. Barazi NML says Dembele was a beast.
Yeah, it was.
Ashby says, did any of you read Kulu's letter? It nearly made me cry.
I saw that there'd been one, but I haven't read it yet, Ash. But I definitely will, and I'll talk about it on the member show.
Yeah, and then you've got Jishnu. Ryan G says Jishnu Kobe Mainu isn't even as technical as Michael Carrick. Chris Football saying thank you to us all. Then you've got Lee Smithy Smith saying hola, Senor Jose and Senor Colin.
How many MILFs you got over there today, Lee? 3, 4 MILFs? We need a MILF counter in the corner for when Lee's on. Big
Right,
Lee.
so I'm going to go back to, right. So can we just, right, tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, we have on El Tel Cockerel, you have A View from Asia. So this week is coming from El Tel Cockerel. So you will have the lovely Ash P and the glorious Chang co-hosting.
I can put a photo up of that if you'd like.
Yeah, if you can, that'd be good. And whilst you're doing that, I'll look for your link again.
Yeah, for sure.
So that is on tomorrow at 11 a.m. GMT. So, oops, I have to hide that.
Lee Smithy's comment. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, but now the banner's in the way. I'm the worst. It's okay. We'll get it eventually, guys. Here we go.
So tomorrow you have Ash P, the lovely Ash P and the glorious Chang on tomorrow at 11 a.m. GMT.
Just 6 a.m. in my beautiful Midwestern United States.
Yeah, where they will dismantle and dissect everything Tottenham related from Villa up until where we are with any news tomorrow. So yeah, be sure to join in tomorrow at 11 in the morning if you can, GMT. Then we have another show on El Tel Cockerel tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then El Tel Cockerel will be back on Thursday night for the usual Jose's Mop-Up show where you can ask any questions. We talk football, we talk all types of things. So that'll be 11 o'clock on Thursday night. Sorry, 10 o'clock GMT.
10 o'clock. Come on. Yeah, you know what time your show is.
10 o'clock Thursday evening.
It shouldn't say talking ball in the corner. That'll change. But
and then on Friday for the prediction show, it will be a dual stream with Talking Ball and El Tel Cockerel. And on Saturday, we are dual streaming the watch along for the Fulham game. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Exciting stuff.
And then also, my co-host here, Colin, please sub to him if you haven't done so already at Talking Ball, because tonight at 10 o'clock, you have the members calling show. So if you're a member, you can call in and you'll be on the show. If you're not a member, still watch the show because your comments will be read out. And you can also see how other people interact with our channel by watching tonight. And that's at 10 o'clock GMT, which is in about 4 hours' time.
Yes,
so be sure to do that.
It's exciting. I'm excited. Everybody, yeah, check it out. Memberships are inexpensive. Just get the cheapest one. Honestly, just grab one and then jump on with us. We'd love to talk with you, hear your points of view on things. Like as Jose always says, it's easier to get your words out than it is to hammer away at the keyboard and try to get all those thoughts out via keyboard.
And then Talking Ball says tonight, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. GMT. Talking Ball will then be back 4 o'clock on Thursday for the usual show. So we alternated between El Tel Cockerel and Talking Ball. And then on Friday, as I've already said, it will be dual stream for the prediction show, and we'll dual stream the watch along as well. I'm going to have a chat. I'm going to have that
number one spot.
I'm going to have a chat with Colin and see what we're going to do during the international break, because it normally gets a bit quiet. We might come up with, I'll see what people have got to say, but we might come up with doing a show where we do Tottenham's best Premier League 11.
That's a good idea.
Because we've already done Tottenham's best ever 11 from 1960 to the present day. But we can do a Premiership only one. Or if people wanted, we could actually go down and do a best 11 of all time, regardless of where you're from. But if people tell us we can limit it to certain years, because otherwise there's a lot of players to trawl through in order to try
it could get pretty wild if we just let it go. Yeah.
But we might do one of each. We might do one on one channel, one on the other, because we have got a 2-week break. So yeah. But we'll hear your thoughts, see what you guys got to say, and we'll bring you whatever you want us to do.
Sounds lovely. And perfect because my wife would like to go eat lunch. So I better
Ryan's
run.
saying to us, what about a football quiz? Yeah, Ryan, tell us what your ideas are, mate, and we're happy to look at any of them.
Hey, so I used to. I have something to tell you about a football quiz, Jose. I have a good idea as well. So we could bring back something. I think that people would enjoy it.
Cool. And then Tot Spurs doing his modding and said, yeah, sub to Colin at Talk and Ball. So for everybody, thank you for being with us today. It's been a pleasure having you all. Hopefully we've read out all your messages, so all your thoughts have been given out to everybody. And please come over, watch Talk and Ball tonight, and join the member show at 10 p.m.
You'll
tonight.
be there. You'll be there for a minute at least, right, Jose?
Yeah. So for a lot of you, we'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock.
Lovely, wonderful, awesome, blossom.
And
all
with
right.
that, and so Coy's from Cosmic Sean. Sean, I'm gonna have to try and get you onto predictions, mate. You're gonna have to do predictions.
Yeah.
And then Chris Hagenbar's just joined and said, big up everyone, please hit those like buttons and subscribe to both great channels. Thank you very much, Chris Hagenbar, for saying that. I think you're a member over on Talk and Ball, and if you are,
yeah,
come on tonight, Chris. Have your say. Get on with Colin and me and have your say, mate.
we would
Ryan
love
G,
to see you, bro.
Ryan G, if you become a member, like you said you wanted to, then you can be on there tonight as well, Ryan. Up to you guys. Like I said, members more than welcome to jump on tonight and have their say. So, yeah, at the end of the day, thank you very much to everyone for being here today. And we will leave you, as we normally do, with the James Madison song, which I'm taking from Talk and Ball and applying here. So, thank you, everyone. We'll see you tonight. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys. Big up everyone in the chat.
Come on, you Spurs. In hands we trust.
In hands we trust. Come on.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.